All right, guys, it's Friday. You know what that means. Friday Farm Toy of the Week. You've seen the collection. Each one of these I have already done a episode on. If you want, you can check those out. Every Friday we're going to be doing this series now. So let's get into this Friday's Farm Toy of the Week. This will be the first week so far that it is not going to be a red tractor or a red piece of equipment. Today we have an Agco product. This is the RoGator from Ertl. This is an Agco machine. So let's get into the RoGator this week on Friday Farm Toy of the Week. All right, guys, and you probably know already, I've said it before, I do like sprayers. So we have another self-propelled sprayer. I did the Case International 3340 Patriot. Now this week I'm doing the RoGator. I believe these were made by AgChem, or I don't know. Don't quote me on a lot of the stuff because I am not familiar with RoGator. I did look at one on Tractor House that was actually for sale. Only about 15-20 minutes from the farm here. It was pretty interesting. It was a 1996 model, 95, I don't know what the year was. It was a real nice, I think it only had a 60-foot boom, so it would work. The only trouble, I don't think it even had high hours on it. The only trouble was it was $30,000, so it's a pretty significant price tag. I can get a brand new, I think a 550-gallon pull type with the auto rate control for about $25,000. So when you think of it that way, I don't need a self-propelled sprayer. I would love to have one. I love the thing. So anyway, we're here to talk about the farm toy, not so much the real thing. I like these because I believe they had Cummins engines in them. I think Cummins was the power plant. Agco was is the owner of these. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't know the history on them. The box. The only reason why I keep saying Agco is the box has Agco on it, so I'm gonna say it's an Agco product. Excuse me. So the first things I'm noticing about this is it's pretty neat that the booms fold out again. The booms open up. They fold twice here on each side, so you lift them out of the cradle that's there, open them up, and you put the last section out. And this one, compared to this toy from Ertl, this one I had explained a couple weeks ago that the boom won't stay open. However, the Case IH boom is much wider than the RoGator boom. And this toy, they did not put the detail into the boom like they did on the Case International one. This boom has a lot more detail. You can kind of see they even have the nozzles, whereas this one, it's just a piece of plastic across the back. But that's fine. That being said, they did do a great job on the detail on the machine. It does have the guidance on the roof there, you can see. It was neat that they have the air intake here side of the cab, the exhaust stack. Looks like a stainless steel tank. They even did a nice job on this fresh water, looks like a fresh water tank on top of there. Little cylinder in the back there. This boom does go up and down also, just like this one. Now this one, it has the hydraulic cylinder type, the simulated hydraulic cylinders, whereas this one, it's more of a slide, which might be how they are on the real machines. So you can see, I'll turn it around to this side here. And they even they did the detail work here on the piping underneath. So you can see all that. They do have fenders on the wheels, which they did on the Patriot also. Let's turn this around, give you the front view, side view. And it's a RoGator 1254. Now, one thing on this one that I noticed, they did put mirrors on it, but the cab is dark. The cab is just basically a molded piece of plastic, whereas the Case IH one, you can look in and see the seats and the steering wheel, which is fine. The roof here is die cast, whereas the cab is all plastic, black plastic. So we got steps that to get up into it here on the side. See if there's any other interesting features here to point out. You can see kind of the brake lights or turn signals they have on the back. Underneath, it says licensed by Agco. I'm sorry, I keep putting the camera in the wrong place. Licensed by Agco Corporation. So I would guess that AgChem is part of Agco. I don't know. I'm sure they are. Like I say, I'm not an expert on Agco by any means, but I did remember that these had Cummins engines in them, and it was a pretty interesting sprayer that I was looking at, but it's not. I just don't have the acreage to justify owning one. And then again, it's another engine to maintain and another drivetrain, and it gets expensive maintaining all these engines. But so this is the Friday Farm Toy of the Week, and it's the Agco RoGator. I'm hoping this light isn't distorting it, making it too bright a yellow for the camera. It's not like a real bright yellow. So yeah, pretty neat. I do like the sprayers that have the boom on the front. The front-mounted boom sprayers, like the Miller Nitro, I think is one of them. New Holland makes one with the boom out on the front, and Haggy. I don't know much about Haggy, and I probably won't. Their parent company is one that I don't really deal with, but plus the name isn't. I don't know if Haggy is a last name. If it is, I understand, but most of these sprayers have really cool names like Patriot or RoGator or Nitro or Navigator, or they're all cool names, and then you have the Haggy. So I don't know. They gotta come up with a model like Predator or something neat. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Have a good weekend, everybody. Thanks for joining me here on Friday Farm Toy of the Week, and we will do this every Friday as long as you guys are interested in it. We will keep going. I will take you through my entire collection. So like I say, this is the RoGator, and it is an Agco product, and I think it fits with the red, no problem. So all right, guys, thanks for watching. Alright guys, bear with me here. I just had my first Mountain Dew for the first time in about 4 days, so I feel great. I figured I'd share with you my latest trip to Tractor Supply. We have got IH Red paint, just a regular paint. That's for the Vibra-Shank. Some more primer. I did buy paint for the hay rake again. I threw away my paint gun the other day on the scrap metal truck. It's just shot. If I buy another tractor, I'll get another paint gun, another tractor to restore. For these implements, like I say, the Vibra-Shank, my gosh, like I say, it was scrap price when I bought it. So, got some cans of IH Red, some rust metal primer. These boom clamps for the sprayer. I need a 1-inch boom clamp with the round hole. For the nozzles on there, I have a couple that broke, and the kind that are on that sprayer aren't this style that bolts on. There's a bolt to bolt them on. They kind of fit together, and it's just clamped together. They just fall apart. So I got 5 of them, $2.30, which was way cheaper. T-Jet wants almost $7 for one of these, so save a little money there by going to Tractor Supply. The deal of the day, these are the rubber universal rake teeth that they sell there. I had paid $2.99 for these last year for the John Deere hay rake. I bought enough that I think I bought 50. It was like $100. No, I bought 100 of them. I bought 100 of these things and brought them up to the register, and it was like it was $200 for rake teeth. I'm thinking I'm going to keep that John Deere rake intact. Like I said, it is kind of my backup rake. So for robbing teeth off, anyway, long story here. This Mountain Dew's messing with my brain. These were on sale right now at my Tractor Supply. You got 10 of these for $15. So I ended up getting 20 of them. So I'm thinking 20 is going to be enough to finish this International 35 hay rake, the ones that are bad. You can see I have some that are bent, some that are missing. We've got 20 of them. So it was 30 bucks for 20 teeth. So not too bad there. And I got bolts. I don't usually buy bolts at Tractor Supply just because they're $2.39. I think these are grade 5, unless they're grade 2. I don't know what they are. They're $2.39 a pound. We have a local hardware store here that they're $2 a pound and even less. Sometimes, depending on what size you need, they're $1.50 a pound. So that's great. The price is amazing, but every time I go there, they never have what they don't restock the shelves fast enough. And 90% of the time, I think the last 3-4 trips that I went there for bolts, they did not have what I needed. So Tractor Supply had what I needed. So we got some lock washers and we got bolts for these teeth. So I don't need to mess around with the old hardware, trying to figure that old hardware out. If I paint this, I'm thinking we're going to do it after hay season, so I won't need it, but I'm thinking I'm going to take these teeth all off to do a nicer job. I don't like when you see somebody repaint a hay rake and that black rubber is painted over. It just looks cheap. I want this to be nice. It's a nice rake, so I want to do the best job I can on it. So I might take all the teeth off. It's going to be, and it sounds like a big job. There's probably 120 teeth on here, but these here, you can zip out with an impact, tap them out, they fall right off. So I'm thinking you could do it in probably 15-20 minutes, and it'll make all the difference in the world putting the new teeth on with the new bolts. It'll look great. It'll look more original. Still looking for a decal. I was going to tape this off, but the end is kind of bad, and the problem with taping it off is the rust is bubbling up. The paint's bubbling up behind the decals, and it's ripping the decals. So it's popping off and pushing the decals off. So I want to find, I can find just International. I just have to find the right length to put a new decal on there, and we'll be ready to go. So it's late Saturday night here. It's a little warm, but I am going to finish painting this fiber shank tonight. It's one of my goals for tonight. I want to finish it up. So just a little bit of a run to my local Tractor Supply today. Got what I needed to finish the job so I can put that thing away and get it out of my sight. So, all right, I'll come back with you.